Hello, welcome, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this, the finale of Fighter Jet Roundtable Season 2. Every fight we've had up until this point has been leading to this. There can be only one plane to walk away the winner. Well, fly away of the winner. It's a plane. It has wings, and anyway. Either way, enough blabbering by me. Let's get down to the watchtower and the round table and see what we have in store for the final fights today. And so here we are back at the watchtower and the round table for, well, the last time for this season. Kind of sad, really. I mean, most people are ready to see this end. It's been, God, a long, long time. But, you know, still kind of sad. Either way, let's take a look at our first match for final contenders here. Over here on Tactical Air Control Squadron Mirage, or Mirage Squadron, we have the Super Aquila and Gur Falcon, Swan and Vixen, sent in by Box of Stardust, or just Stardust as we like to call him. Pretty much exactly the same aircraft we've seen before. One of the first and only real aircraft to get the boom and zoom tactic to actually work, which is pretty cool, you ask me. I mean, really. And of course, as per tradition, we have the beautiful sunset taking place over there for our semifinals before we go into the final fights, which will be taking place with a beautiful sky overhead. That being said, though, we can see we've got all kinds of different, as you can see here, we have all kinds of different weaponry. Most of them are, well, they're named different things. He's got, looks like, quams! We've got quams on this thing. I'm pretty sure those are the Let's Fight Dirty, if I had to guess. Things over there. We've got AIM-9X's, Mica IR missiles for close range, I believe, and then we've got standard AIM-9X's there on the other side. So the, it's using quams. Sneaky, and 120Ds. Alright, okay. This is gonna be, I'm interested in this now. I am invested to see what this craft does. These appear to also be BK-27s and a Medusa. BK-27 and Medusa. Both aircraft share that gun setup. So speaking of the other aircraft, let's go over here to the Gur Falcon. Same thing, PL-10s, PL-15s. This is a purely close-range aircraft, as it is supposed to sit around, draw fire, and basically blow things up at close range using post-stall capabilities, while the Super Aquila flies around doing boom and zoom at distance. Which, that's pretty dangerous against this particular enemy. Either way, we've seen these aircraft before, so I won't spend too much time looking over them. Other than the fact that I will point out he did remove his fucky-wucky lifty tanks back here. I threatened to ban him, basically. So he made that change. Either way, let's go on over and see what our good buddy, the F-22, is kicking around. And here we are. This is the F-22 Raptor sent in by Timmy. This aircraft, according to him, has gotten very, very minimal changes since the last time it was seen. With the thing is that he removed the gold canopy because apparently somebody said they didn't like it. Well, screw them. The gold canopy looks amazing, and I put it back on there just for my own amusement. Plus, I mean, it looks so cool with the gold canopy. I mean, come on. Just, come on. Anyway, so it's got the GAU-22s in there, just hiding down in the inlets. We've got the actual quams, and the other quam, and then the... Okay. Anyway, we have that. We have AIM-9X's, which, quite scary. And these aircraft are identical, exactly the same. Down to every last detail. Very pretty, very true to design. replicas, and they've made it all the way here. Good on you, Timmy. But hopefully you won't use quite as much wing shenanigans next time. Either way, the sun is very quickly setting, so let's go ahead and get these aircraft in the sky for round 1. And we're back with Kaz Kerman here. Just like I had said, I'll show these really quickly. Here's the battle damage settings that I've got going on for the finale. We do have propulsion system damage. Everything is set to 1 times, so it's default. Leak duration for the fuel tank is 10 seconds because we didn't have fire bottles or other things available for whatever reason. Fire damage is at maximum because otherwise it would take forever, and they add heat because that makes perfect sense. Ammo explosions are turned off, as are crew fatalities, because just getting a lucky shot and taking out the pilot is not fun, so we got rid of that. Engine flame out at 10% HP, minimum thrust is 0, and propulsion damage is set to 1 times, with the proc frequency altogether being 10%. We are now going to hide that and not have it be cluttering our screens for the rest of time. That being said, our start competition is 20 kilometers. Let's go ahead and get these started for round 1. Competition starts right there. We have the F-22s now turning in. The Gerfalcon on the Aquila coming in. We'll go ahead and hit. Not that. There we go. We'll hit the button as these craft now fly in. And hit the auto so that it'll switch between them. F-22 is now coasting at just below Mach, so to hide their heat signatures, and they're fairly stealthy aircraft. Planes now flying in. Not really sure if they can detect them or not. F-22 is now locked onto their targets and getting close. Something's out and about, and there goes a Quam. Quams are in the air. Now they've swapped to their AIM-9Xs, which are called essentially Quams. Gerfalcon's going to have its work cut out for it. This is effectively going to be a 2v1 while the Aquila is speeding by at high speed. Speaking of speeding by at high speed, that missile just barely missed that F-22. Something evading the Let's Fight Dirty, which I'm pretty sure is the Quam. There was a little bit of contesting whether or not people were going to use Quams as part of some sort of gentlemanly agreement, but another Let's Fight Dirty being evaded. I sure am glad we have those target locating things on, especially now. Makes it much easier to see. The 22 is trying to fire. Oh! Oh, Jesus, that Raptor annihilated by a PL-10 from the Gerfalcon. Beautiful, beautiful going on with those smoke trails. F-22 coming around, firing at... Ooh, the Gerfalcon is on fire. We've got some parts being damaged, I think. There's only one Raptor. Ooh! This is actually a battle between two highly capable dogfight aircraft right now. The Gerfalcon and the F-22. Oh! And the F-22 manages to saw apart. Holy crap! And the Aquila's lost a wing! That's not good. Not at all. Flying for so long, it managed to overheat those guns. Surprisingly enough, I think the Aquila is basically down for the count there. And it's definitely down for the count with, it's got parts on fire and it is spinning toward the ground. Flame and smoke trailing behind it there. Never a good thing. And the F-22 cleaning house. And with that, that is the end of round one. Round one. There we Round one goes to the F-22 Raptors and Team Quam Spammer 69. And we are back for round two between Mirage Squadron and Quam Spammer 69. Let's hope that, well, I'm really hoping that the Gerfalcon and the Aquila can pull this out into a 3-rounder. I think that would be just amazing, because both of these are fantastic collections of aircraft. So, here's to them and good luck. And weirdly enough, the competition does not start on its own, so we are just going to start competition now. There we go. And they are turning in. It's definitely got lock on those 120Ds there. Not sure what is going on. Anyway, that sunset is just beautiful. Gorgeous. With red and orange tint to everything. And we've got missiles firing. And 120D firing at roughly 10-kilometer range. Chaff and flares being dropped from the Raptor team. Are now diving. Aquila's evading Quams. Also diving to keep that speed up and try to juke the missile. Trying to jam the Wez, as so fondly mentioned by everybody. More Quams coming in, trying to hit that Raptor. You've got missiles exploding close by, but it doesn't look like any damage has been done. Missiles absolutely just everywhere right now. Swan right now evading. He is trying to get in there, but it really needs to get gone, as the case is. That thing is supposed to be the Boom and Zoomer. Not sure how it's doing so far. It seems to just be very interested in dogfighting, as opposed to doing the boom and zoom tactics it was doing before. Gerfalcon, however, taking damage from the F-22, and looks like it is disintegrated. Absolutely disintegrated. And an AIM-9X blasting a Raptor. This is now a 1v1. Although, I would have to say that the F-22 is the far more capable dogfighter between the Aquila and itself, but if it can keep it on the ropes, it might have a chance. It's not to say the Aquila is ill-prepared or an ill-suited turn fighter, but, well, it's definitely not an F-22. And battle damage showing, well, there's not much of the Aquila left. Also, I did check the view ranges for those aircraft, and their view ranges were very low for some reason. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was a tactical decision made by Stardust, but either way, it doesn't appear to have, Ooh! And the F-22 Raptor, of course, losing 0 parts in that ram. That means your winner and your first finalist is the F-22 Raptor. And we've cleared off the debris from the first round to get down here to the second round of fights. We have the Infernos sent in by Android Elite, the Primarch and Prez Avenger version of the Infernos, and we have the KF-50H Triage, Backblast, and Slamfire sent in by Kerbal Fury. So let's go ahead and take a look at Blaze Squadron over here first. We have Primarch once again sporting the Jolly Roger color scheme and all kinds of other fun stuff going on with those beautiful, just, you know, all the little custom logos and everything. That's just, I love it, man, I tell you. It's so cool. Alright, and in addition to that we have, well, things are named confusingly, but they're basically the standard loadout that I had before. It's got, let's see, meteor missiles down here. It's got PL-10s, mostly PL-10s, looks like. I'm sure there's, yeah. So that'll be very interesting. Probably more set up for our enjoyment there, just to know what is firing those LRMs, or probably the Micas, MRMs, and SRMs are probably the different types of close-range missiles. And I would expect that Prez has a very similar loadout. Indeed, Prez does have a very similar loadout. Once again, the GAU-22s, same stuff. I think they are identical, with slightly different AI tweaks so that they work better together as a wingman team, which is really awesome, not gonna lie. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get on over to see what our buddy KF has for his final submission. So here we are on Team Crimson Hope, which I like. It's very cool. I did not get the flags this time around, unfortunately. So again, they're default, but that's okay. Still looks pretty awesome. Not gonna lie, the custom coloration and everything just looks really good. Like, this is the final time we may be seeing these aircraft, and either way, everything looks good. So, AIM-120Ds, 9Xs, the GAU-22 named GAU-Gura. We have Meteor missiles, Mica IRs, and the classic MPBMs loaded there for, well, much smash and pain. So over here we have the Slamfire as opposed to the Backblast. It is running with the Zoomer cannon, which I am almost positive is right here, and it's twin EMLs. EMLs had to get, due to people complaining, got nerfed down to basically 15 kilometers instead of 20 kilometers because people didn't want the chance of them getting sniped out there due to the aiming fixing, even if that was a very small thing, and I think would have been pretty cool. I mean, if it happened consistently, okay, then maybe something needs to change, but I digress. That being said, very, very similar weapon loadouts here to the other one, with the exception being that it's using EMLs instead of GAU-22s and those MPBMs. So, with that all said and done, it's time to get these planes into the sky and find out who our second finalist is going to be. Alright, here we are, ready for the start of round 2. Everything is still set the same, and start that competition! Good luck, everybody. Blaze Squadron and Crimson Hope now taking off and flying, well, to their destiny. And competition should be starting any second. There it is. Let's hit that auto cam, and as we see, we go to Prez. Inferno's doing thing. I've changed the colors to an actual kind of a beautiful crimson to match the paint jobs on those aircraft. Plus, it's a little easier to see against the lighter background, so kudos there. LRM's looking to try to get a lock out at extreme range as they're coming in. They are closing at any second. There's an EML shot. 2 EML shots flying in. More EMLs being fired now. You can hear them being launched. But the missiles have been launched now. Both aircraft now in poor position for any kind of gun stuff as they are going in to evade. MPBMs being fired. Thank goodness KF decided to alter his flare setup. Otherwise, we would have had some, well, severe problems with lag. Things are still a little framey, but far better than they were the last time we saw these aircraft. So I am thankful for that. Thank you. And we can see that it's actually helping fairly, I mean, it's still doing, well, it's helping my performance, and he still hasn't gotten hit yet, so working well so far. Can't complain too much about that. Here we are, we have, that looks like, yep, that's Primark there, zipping around with that tri-engine design. We have Trijet versus Trijet. Something that has kind of been a long time coming for some people, and a long time being dreaded by others, namely Timmy, who, one way or another, is going to be fighting a Trijet in the finals. But we'll have to see which Trijet he'll be fighting. Things getting a little framey, still manageable though. And Primark turning in on the backblast. Ooh, there we got some damage in. Uh-oh, Prez lost out big time. Prez actually crashing into the Avenger, whatever. There was a ram, and Prez is dead, because she lost out in the ram. That's all we need to do. Ooh! Slamfire being slammed by an AIM-9X. Both these aircraft quite maneuverable, all things said and done. Backblast, just a beast of an aircraft. We've got good shots coming in. Those GAU-22s just chewing through those parts. And, well, Primark has definitely seen far better days. That was a cheeky meteor missile at close range there. From the guy, from the backblast. But that being said, KF, despite the fact that one of his aircraft is on fire and slowly burning down into death because fire bottles aren't working for whatever reason, is the winner for round one. Let's get into round two. And we're back for round two between these two competitors. Let's get them into the skies. Any second now, competition should be starting. Any second now. There it goes. Alright, let's go ahead and get down there. Turn on that auto camera and hit the fighter mode button. We watched from Prez's stuff last time. Let's go ahead and actually... let's watch the slam. I want to watch the slam fire for just a bit, because it will have a shot, literally, to get those guns off. I'd like to try to see that. Actually, let's see. Who is it targeting? They're both targeting Prez. So let's go ahead and watch from Prez's point of view. Because guaranteed, she's probably going to be the one that gets launched with those EML shots just streaking by off the edge of the wingtip. Terrifying, quite frankly. Might get one more good shot with those EMLs. One shot, and here comes the second. Never mind, only got one shot off before it had to be forced to evade by those missiles. Alright, let's turn on the auto cam, and we'll switch back to the backblasts and such over here. Backblast launching those MPBMs. You can actually see what missiles they're on by the naming. We've got LRM-4s, meaning all the meteor missiles have been launched. They're now into medium range with those MRMs. Beautiful flyover of that triple-engined aircraft. And a lovely shot. Oh! I heard a shot and then an explosion, although there wasn't a huge heap of lag, which leads me to believe the EML didn't actually hit anything. Because if the EML hits, the game usually freezes, and then there's confetti. Unless it hits something particularly, like, far out, like a wingtip or something. And even then, it'll do a heap of damage. Seeing a lot of flares there being dropped. As expected. Some things are a little framey. Like a IR zipping by there. You know what I'm actually going to do? We're going to go to the camera tools and, where is it? Stationary. Instead of 30%, we'll put you down to like 15%. How about that? That way we have more of a chance to see the actual dogfight. Boom. Because while I do love seeing that, I like to see the aircraft more often than just watching them fly by. Because flybys you don't necessarily get a whole lot. And the Avenger lighting up one of the backblasts, or the Avenger lighting up... one of the Avengers lighting up the backblast. Slamfire getting hit by a missile. SRM, we might be heading into another ram! Something's dead. Something's dead. Backblast has been killed by something. Now we have a... Ooh! We have a 1v1. This could still be anybody's game. It's just Primarch and the Backblast. You've got some guns. Ooh, that's not... Oh! Fire just dealing enormous amounts of damage. Oh, and to add insult to injury, the Backblast, well, manages to clutch it out. An absolute shutout. We have Kerbal Fury with the Triage winning his bout. I think you guys can do the math at this point. Next, we're going to be seeing the F-22 versus the Triage. And here we are, at long last, the final fight of Season 2 of FJRT. Only one of these two aircraft will walk away as the champion of the skies. So, whether it's going to be the Triage sent in by Kerbal Fury, or the F-22 Raptor sent in by Timmy, I salute both of you for managing to get so far in this competition. Regardless of who walks away the winner, you're both winners in my book. And I know that sounds cheesy, but honestly, congratulations to everybody. This thing just would not exist without all of you. So, with that sappy shit out of the way, let's go ahead and get some murder going. The final murder begins now. Any moment, we should be starting the final competition. Except that it's being janky, so start it now. The aircraft are now moving to get into position. Well, both sets of aircraft, that is. In just a few kilometers, those EMLs will be lining up. And there it is. Launching! That's one. And two! Launching at the Raptor 1. Looks fine to me. Now we're moving into the meat of the actual competition. Both aircraft are now launching missiles and coming in close. The F-22 is a capable dogfighter, but, well, the Triages have a little counter to that. They have the ability to post-stall, which means that even though the F-22 is more maneuverable, well, we have a missile strike from a Quam hitting the Slamfire. Slamfire avoiding terrain now. Either way, that post-stall will allow it to turn harder than it would normally be able to do in order to fire at the enemy aircraft. Slamfire still running on 2 engines, despite getting hit by that Quam. That's the first Quam hit we've seen in a while, actually. Alright, we've got the wounded Slamfire trying to lock up the F-22. Backblast being hunted by the F-22 now. Slamfire getting hit by the other Quam. Was already wounded. Ooh! That F-22 is going down in flames. Oh, and the backblast doing its best to evade a missile, launching flares. It had a clean shot with the guns. This could be it. F-22 closing. Not quite able to get on. Backblast dancing, turning around with that post-stall capability and opening up with the guns. This is actually a very exciting fight. This could be either aircraft's victory right now. So close. But I believe it's ultimately... Ooh, and a little bit of post-stall capability from the F-22. Oh, and the F-22 manages to get a clear cockpit snipe. Shredding the rest of the aircraft away from that cockpit. Holy crap, man. Okay, that was a good fight. Gotta say, that was a good fight. Let's check out the other F-22. Yeah, it's dead. I'm still gonna call that a 1-to-1 victory. Alright, that being said, we're now heading into round 2, the final fight. here we are. The second fight between these two. This could be the final fight of FJRT2 right now. Unless the Triages manage to pull out a victory this time, the Raptors will be the champions. Alright, they're definitely far enough. We're gonna force start that competition. Never mind, it started on its own this time. Ooh-la-di-da. Alright. Once again, let's go ahead and, for shits and giggles, this is the one with the zoomer cannon. Let's see, we've got, it is coming on the F-22 Raptor 1, so let's click on over there as it is getting closer. It should be launching those EML shots. Any second now. No EML shots that time. Very strange. Never mind. Whoa! Oh, that looks so much more terrifying at night. Oh my god. Okay, turn on the autocam. Holy crap. Oh, those shots are so close. Luckily, the Raptor has a very small frontal angle, so or frontal perspective, whatever. Either way, whew, could have been much better, much bigger. I'm pretty sure those would have hit. Scary, scary indeed. After all, that's what the EML is supposed to do. It's supposed to be a long-range sniping weapon. You gamble with that thing. That long cooldown. You know, I guess people can use it as a shotgun, but that was never what it was designed to be. Slamfire is now evading Quams. Last time the Slamfire was not as lucky trying to evade those Quams. He's now diving toward the ground, which actually works quite nicely against Quams, because more often than not, they flip around and hit the ground rather than continue to chase you all over the sky, which honestly is something of a balance factor against them. As well as the fact that they can't turn particularly well. I mean, yes, they can turn around, but they're not going to stop in midair, turn around, and then come after you. Uh-oh, we've got... Oh! Slamfire! That was an EML kill! That was the only thing that could have been! Yes! EML kill at close range, showing the power of that gun. Ooh, backblast getting hit by a Quam. Zoomer cannon off cooldown. It could launch and get a shot right now. Whoa, 2 EML shots. Oh, and the Triage absolutely showing that it still has teeth and is ready to wreck. Can't call it quite yet. Actually, yeah, I don't think I can. I'm pretty sure the, it's got the zoomer cannon, but what about the F-22? It's got the Gao 22s, which ironically is not actually on the F-22. That was something designed for the F-35 for a ground attack role. But what an amazing series of events. Holy shit. No EML kills or hits for the longest time, and then, right when it really counted, the Slamfire coming in and living up to that name. Woo! Obviously, the pilot there, super high on some Watson concoction. And there it is. Slamfire win. That means we are officially going to a fight number 3. And oh man, I am so excited. Woo! And here we are once again for the fight 3 between these two finalists. I am absolutely over the moon, and I can actually say that because Kerbal Space Program is actually a space game. Who would have thought it? You know, we just spent a lot of time on Kerbin. Either way, I am so excited. Whoever walks away as the victor from this final fight is officially the winner of FJRT Season 2. And I could not be more excited to see how this plays out. I really couldn't. Alright, competition should hopefully be starting any second now. Looks like it's not, so we're gonna start it. There we go. Woohoo, boy. And just like last time, we're gonna watch from, they are turning to attack the F-22 Raptor. Looks like it's the one that's actually in front this time. So we're gonna hit fighter mode and move on over to this F-22 Raptor, since that's the one that they are targeting out here at distance. I'm gonna watch for those EML kills. Because if it happens, I want to get it on tape, damn it. Jeez, I can't believe it. 2 EML kills from the same aircraft. There's an EML kill coming in, or an EML coming in. Whoa! Here comes the second shot. Oh my god! Oh my god! Yes! Oh! Holy shit! EML snipe! Yes! Oh, that's so good! Oh boy, this is gonna be exciting, and now we're definitely gonna turn on that auto cam. Oh, wow. I wanted it to happen. I wanted it to happen so much. That wasn't even at maximum range. Oh, that was so good. Oh man, that's amazing. Either way, the Raptor definitely has its work cut out for it now. And if it wins, that is a true measurement of the sheer amount of power the F-22 has as an air superiority fighter. Missiles coming in. Evading MPBMs. Ooh. Ooh. Oh! And an EML shot on the tail! Holy shit! Oh my god! Oh, the slam fire! Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Oh, yes! Raptor! Raptor definitely having its wings absolutely clipped. Raptor is on the terrain, and there's that countdown timer. It's going. Wait a minute. Slamfire crashing into the ground in its excitement. It wouldn't be Kerbal Space Program if something silly like that didn't happen. However, the F-22 landed first and stayed landed for far too long. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner. Your winner for the Season 2 of Fighter Jet Roundtable is Kerbal Fury and his amazing triage design, showing that you can make multiple variants of the same aircraft, truly living up to the spirit of the FJRT way by changing up his armament, using things that weren't necessarily meta, and still managing to come out on top. Like the MPBMs, the EMLs, I could not just... KF, hands down, man. All of the work, time, and effort that you put into this series of aircraft, because trust me, this wasn't the only one, okay? He had like 5 different aircraft that he all tested and put together in the same series, and then had to pick and choose which ones he was going to use for the finale. Like, props, man. KF, you deserve this victory. Hard work, good job, and I could not be happier for you. Definitely. And to everybody who made it this far, the finals, everybody from episode 1 to episode 16. Just every single one of you, whether you paid a huge part of your time and effort into making aircrafts for this competition, or just threw something in for shits and giggles. Every single one of you helped to make this a possibility. And in order to show my gratitude and thanks, well, I'm going to put on something a little special for all of you. And you don't have to wait until next time, because it's going to happen right now. So you might ask, Kaz, what the hell are we doing back here? Well, I remember last season that FJRT2 managed to send in an aircraft that, well, it won. He became officially the first knight of the round table competition, which basically means that that aircraft was the one that won it all. And so I thought it would be fun, just for shits and giggles, to have a chance for the first knight to potentially stand up against the second knight. So we have Team The First Knight versus Team Crimson Hope. We have the anxious French noises here, sent in by FJRT2. Just doing typical FJRT2 things, with this weapon being a meme. And then made in China, which I'm pretty sure is the PL-10s, and then Pocket Clams, which are the tiny ones, and Spam 9X, so it'll be interesting to see how this aircraft holds up. And of course, it's beautiful here with these colors and details and all that other fun stuff. Ace put a lot of work into this, including coloring the missiles on the very end, which I thought was kind of a nice touch. So, which of these two aircraft will ultimately manage to be, well, the better knight? Now, that doesn't really mean anything in the minds of the competition. Competition is officially over, but I think we should have a little fun, because ultimately, that's what all this is about, you guys. It's about having fun. And this is a way for me to thank the people that have put so much time and effort into making this a reality. Not just me, because I'm the one who has to put up with all of you crazy bastards, but you crazy bastards in and of yourselves for doing all of this. So, same rules as before, same everything. Let's see. Starting competition. Either way, as dawn rises here over the round table, I did want to take a moment again to thank everyone. I know I've done it a lot. I like to put on the sort of hard-ass persona a lot, but really, this competition could not have taken place without enormous amounts of work from so many different people. Whether it's the BDA team continuing to put stuff together for Runway Project, who had their hands full dealing with all sorts of problems and other things that cropped up as a result of this competition, to the people who constantly were testing and putting all sorts of things together and throwing them into the air, giving me feedback on different weapons that I would, listen to in my own way, or just tell you to fuck off. But either way, the fact that everybody cared enough to continue to be a part of this crazy little family that we have that is expanding all the time, just thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. For real. That's real Kaz talking. That's not me being a goofball. I really appreciate the hard work and dedication and just the time out of your days. But that all being said, the competition should be starting any second now. If it doesn't, I will force start it, and it starts. So, let's see if the first knight can take out the second, or if the second will usurp, quote-unquote, the first. The anxious French noises, I should note, is actually a brand new design, more or less, a rebuild of the classic, the hell is it called? Ah, yeah, the angry French noises, with some minor changes. So we can see the aircraft are now speeding along well over Mach 1. They are now within firing range for those munitions. Surprised they aren't launching them yet, and it looks like it's locked on. I'm kind of watching the slam fire for obvious reasons at this point. Looks like Slamfire not quite managing to get... Ooh, it did actually get some shots off. But the aircraft were already moving and out of position. Honestly, I think 15 kilometers is a pretty good range for that, because there's no guarantee you'll be able to stay in firing range long enough to get that missile shot off. Or that gun, or rather, to get the EML fire off at 15 kilometers, especially since we have a lot of long-range missiles. The fact that he was able to do that was a culmination of multiple different things all coming together and just making the coolest freaking thing I ever could have hoped for in the finale. Like, during testing, none of that ever happened. It didn't even come close, and that's just the icing on the cake. But now, of course, we are watching our newest champion fighting yesterday's champion. Interested to see how that ends up going. Missiles coming in and ultimately not doing much. You do know that the parent aircraft of this was very tanky, so I'm expecting the anxious French noises to be pretty beefy in and of itself. Definitely a pretty heavy aircraft since it's got a lot of missiles. And it's running with those two Product 30 engines, which we haven't really seen very much of. Not for a while, anyway. Honestly, my favorite engines, and I tend to use them fairly frequently. Oh! AIM-9X from the back blast! Hitting the anxious French noises, and in typical anxious French noise fashion, just, you know, casually, well, shrugs it off. Looks like that's the name of the gal. I wouldn't recommend shooting at me because your gun goes pew pew and my gun goes brrrr. Ooh! However, that time it was not so lucky. Managed to take a massive chunk out of it. Anxious French noises now lining up with that gal. You did hear that characteristic firing sound. Truly beautiful. Ooh, we have the Slamfire, getting up close and personal with that. Ooh, gunshots. That's not, we had some, oh, that was probably some debris hitting the ground, if I had to guess. Anxious French noises now by itself against the two current champion aircraft. Guns blazing, just like the fire trail on the back of that plane. Just blazing along. Ooh, those Gao-22s showing it what for. The smaller cousin of the main aircraft. Oh, and I like how they have a differentiation between accidentally rammed and actual ram now. That's interesting. Alright. Anyway, we have the planes just dancing around each other. The fact that that aircraft can just maneuver the way that it does, and has done so well. Meanwhile, the anxious French noise is definitely living up to its name while it is flying around on fire. Ooh, EML hit. Not anything structurally significant, though, otherwise it would have caused a lot more damage. Although, that being said, half the aircraft did get blown off by that hit, so can't complain too much. Also, it seems that we have a floating part there that normally wouldn't be a thing, so, well, if it's not dead this time, we are going to... It's dead, so don't care now. Alright, looks like the anxious French noises, has definitely seen some better days. Momon Kerman, however, seems to be perfectly happy, spinning around while on fire. Truly a Kerbal at heart. There are no weapons left on this piece of aircraft, so that means that without a doubt, the Triage wins this first part of the showmanship round. Let's go ahead and get into the second part. So after a round one going to the Triage, let's go ahead and get these into the sky for their showman match of round two. In theory, at any moment, the competition should be starting. I'll give it just a second. And there it goes. I didn't have to do anything. Hallelujah. Turn on the auto cam and hit the magic button. And there we go. Looks like both of the anxious French noises are looking at the slam fire. Not particularly surprising, considering what we've learned the slam fire can really do. I love watching the EML in action. I really, really do. It's just gorgeous. Seeing it do its thing. Alright, there goes an EML shot. I saw it for just a split second. There it goes again! And there's the second one. Apparently, way off target. And now missiles being launched. It did, in fact, get a final bit of power off of those EMLs before it had to switch weapons. I don't know why the sound is still playing, but it is. Okay, MPBM's in the air, and a horde of missiles now flying toward the anxious French noises. They definitely have reason to be anxious with that many missiles. Momon Kerman still looking quite anxious himself. At least one EML shot going off. AIM-9X is now the primary weapon. Scary thing, this thing is going forward at a relatively constant speed. If the Slamfire manages to switch to that EML for some reason, it would be in a prime position to get a shot off. Slamfire, however, down in the thick of things. The backblast is floating up high, coming down, using some of that. Oh! That was an EML strike. Luckily, it looks like it didn't exactly do very much. Missile! And just like that, the slam fire. I don't know why it says it crashed and burned. It definitely didn't. It did, however, explode. The French noises is still alive, and now it's not. Well, what an exciting cavalcade of silliness that was. Just some super fun to end the match. However, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end. This is the end of Fighter Jet Roundtable Season 2. This has been the finale. And, well, what more can I say other than thank you for everybody who participated. Especially you, KF, for fighting through the hordes and, well, managing to remain true to your Tri-Jet ambitions, including rebuilding the entire plane from P-Wings. Like, kudos, dude. And to everybody else, Stardust, Android, Timmy, all of our other finalists, Ace Verco for being a good sport and submitting an aircraft to be shot at by the champion of this season. Everybody, thank you so much. But alas, I have been Kaz, and this has been Season 2 of Fighter Jet Roundtable. Until next time, happy building and happy blasting. Kaz, signing out.